continues to be told. Wrexham forever, through thick and thin. It's WREXtra time, let the calls begin.
Hey everybody, welcome to WREXtra time. Link is in the chat. Hop in if you want to. Come have your say. Um, Lots to talk about in what was a disappointing result, but I thought a very good performance against a really good team. So lots of good things to take from it. Lewis O'Brien finally gets a goal after a couple months, several months, I think. So kind of laughed at that one. But man, really hard fought game. The guys played really well. Um, Disappointing not to get the win. Um, I'm not going to be quite as hard on Parky as Josh was about the subs or lack thereof because I didn't. I'll be honest, I didn't think it needed it. I didn't think it warranted it. We should have been able to see that game out. And let's be honest, it's not like we lost that game because of a mistake that a sub would have changed. I mean, let's be honest, the ball just fell to the wrong spot on this field. It just fell to their guy, and unfortunately, it just goes that way sometimes. Not much we can do about it. So yeah, I'm not quite so disappointed as everybody else. Mister Make Me apparently 20 points from a winning position this season. This is not acceptable. You know what, and you can make a very good argument that yeah, we're dropping too many points from winning positions. Um, but you know, I to be honest, I wasn't that upset. I'll be honest, I was more worried we're going to lose this game. I thought it was a game that I didn't like how I felt coming into this one after the weekend. I thought, man, we really need a good, we need a good uh, game. We need to get a good run at them, and I thought we did. Changed the team up, got some more action in there, got some more, um, you know, uh, some good hardworking players in there because I think that's what this game called for. Because if you look at their squad, I think they've just got better players, to be honest. And I mean, the money they've paid for that squad is insane if you actually break it down. So I was worried going into this one, and I was really pleased with how well we played. It's just again, to drop 2 points at the 90th minute is really disappointing. But like I said, I don't think how you put Broadhead in there. I don't think that changes the fact that that ball fell right to the guy's feet and he scores a goal. I don't think that makes any difference. Gotta go on to the next one. I see Habs in the background. Anybody else want to hop in? Please come hop in. Have your say. Habs, I hope you're ready because I'm gonna bring you in. Come in, yell at me, tell me I'm wrong, and it's a terrible, terrible drop 2 points. What do you think, Habs?
Yo, what's going on? It's Interpol's most wanted. So
He's hiding. No camera again. That's how it is. It happens.
um, it's disappointing, but
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people that would say it's that was on Parky either. That wasn't on Parky because then I mean, was it on Parky for the entire game as well, where we pretty much we were just basically putting the pressure on Leicester the entire time. So I mean, we cannot. You can't you can't put this on Parky for that. That was just a freak let off.
Yeah,
That was.
I agree. Yep, I agree. And believe me, there have been times where we've watched games and it was like we need subs. Like our guys look like they're dying out there. I didn't feel that today. Everybody was up to the level. I thought I didn't see anybody just dragging ass, across the pitch or anything. I thought everybody was still playing really well. I didn't see any reason to make too many make much subs. It just didn't really I just didn't feel like it called for it. And I thought the subs he made were good. I thought getting Kabore on really brought a little, life to that right side, and he was able to get forward and get at him. I really think one thing that I think it's not been talked about, the weather was really bad, and you could tell the ball was getting affected by the wind really bad. So
You could you could tell, especially when you look at the corner flags, the wind was really pushing on it as well. So that was having an effect.
yeah,
But yeah, I agree. I don't think it was much of an issue with subs. I think the players were looking fine. They were operating perfectly. Now, I mean, trying to get on other subs to think that it will somehow improve, I don't think that would have had any effect either. That was just a ball just happened to land into the right area,
it did.
and the player just happened to be there to be able to get it. Now, should we have done better to stop that? Yes, but it looked more like a scramble at that point to get that goal.
Yeah, for sure.
But there's not much you can really say for that. And I mean the possession stats and things like this. When I saw that, I was thinking, no, it was roughly even. I mean, you could say that it's because Leicester had slightly more possession near the end, but it was roughly equal, most of it.
Yeah.
And that was only because Leicester just didn't really know what to do with the ball. We had the ball and we were going forward the entire time. We didn't stop going forward the entire 90 minutes. We never stopped. Even when they got that goal in, we never stopped going forward the entire time. And we worked really hard for that, for that thing. I mean, even the first half where it looked even, it didn't feel like it was an even match, because it felt like we were the ones that were putting the pressure on them every time. There were so many moments where we could have got the goal in, and they looked panicked most of the time.
Yep. Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, we keep turning up to games and playing like this, we will be beating a lot of teams. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. That's unfortunate. Sometimes you get a freak result like this. But I'm with you. We were on top of this game the whole game. Maybe you can make the argument the last 5 minutes we weren't, but I mean, they had the ball. To be honest, like even there at the end, they had the ball. They weren't doing anything with it. They weren't threatening with the ball really. There wasn't like I'm struggling to think of did they have maybe one decent chance there towards the end? From open play that wasn't the scrappy, the goal they got was just a set piece, and
It's not like a drilled set piece. It's not like a set piece that you would drill, that you know what you're doing, you're going to get that, and it's all properly choreographed or anything like that. It was just scrappy, and they just managed to get in. But
John, just so you know, John, my wife is not home, so we should be good. My daughter's in there, but my wife's not home, so I should be good. I should be okay with the router. Oh, shoot.
But no, I mean we played them in a way that which we could win it. So I mean it was, but it just didn't happen to be our day in terms of just trying to win it. I mean, it could have been better, but it happens sometimes. I mean, but when you look at it overall in terms of the game, if we keep that kind of pressure, we do this against other teams, depending on how we set up. I mean, who else could we have subbed on? Like, really, who else could we have subbed on that could have made any difference?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Let's just say you take Rathbone out, so your natural inclination is okay. Windass goes in, right? Okay, well you put Windass in there, and then we lose the game because we went more attacking than we were. That doesn't, then everybody's pissed because why would you make an attacking change when you're winning the game? So I think it was just it was a bad beat. We call it a bad beat. Playing poker. Sometimes
I also disagree with that comment as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
When he said we did the same to them with the first time, we didn't. We brought on Broadhead, who got the goal for that one, and the context was completely different at the time. When we played Leicester, this was like our sixth match of the season, something like that. We were a completely different squad at the time. It's annoying, yes, and what we got now, we're a completely different squad with the way we played then to the way we played now. If you remember the context around that first game, we were playing ridiculously low block football. We were.
Yeah.
We were mostly just worried. Us getting the draw at the time was something that we like, yes, we finally did it. We can actually prove something, because we were kind of like, we weren't too sure. We were in the uncertainty phase at that point of that season. So we played a lot of low block. Now we're the ones who are actually going at the attack.
Yeah.
We're the ones that are going on the offense. We are attacking them. We put pressure on them. Look at the amount of times. There was that moment where we almost pressed them to the point where we could have gotten a goal. I mean, Keeper pressed them when they were trying to play out the back, and they didn't know what to do. They almost gave up the ball, and Rathbone was right there, just almost able to follow it up. They didn't know really how to do with it, and it frustrated them so much because we just kept going forward and forward and forward on them, and they didn't know how to deal with it. And we kept getting the second balls, we kept getting the turnovers, we kept getting everything. We were in better positions than they were. We found right positions. We were playing more. We were rotating positions constantly. We were. They did not know how to handle us, and it was only because they got lucky. That was lucky. When we won, when we drew with them earlier this season, we did it from open play still.
Yeah. Yeah.
We didn't get a set piece
fair.
goal.
Yeah.
It was an open play goal.
Mhm.
When they scored, it wasn't an open play goal. It was a set piece scramble.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Here's something interesting for those who may disagree with us and think that we should have made the changes. So, in the first half, we had 51% of the possession, but only had 5 total shots, and they had 3 total shots in the first half. So we had a little more of the ball, but weren't doing quite as much with it. Go to the second half, well, they ended up with more of the ball, which I I would say was mostly in their half. It was just them holding the ball. Uh, we had 11 total shots to their 2. So we were in the ascendancy in the second half. Like we were the team putting the pressure on in the second half. It wasn't them. They only got 2 shots in the second half. Uh, so now, get unfortunately, they were able to get one. One of those 2 goes in the goal. So I mean, it's just the way it goes sometimes. I'm just not that frustrated. And like I said to start the show, I was afraid we are going to lose this game, so I'm actually pretty happy with the point, to be honest. I think if
I
you'd
had
have
those same fears.
I
I had
think
those same fears as well.
I think if I came to most of us at the beginning of the season and said, before the season started and said, hey, we're going to draw Leicester twice. They're not going to beat us. We're not going to beat them. We're going to draw them twice. I think most people would have took that. You know what I mean? I don't think, obviously their season hasn't gone as well uh, as they would have wanted. So, you can look at the table and say, well, we should be beating teams below us in the table. And you know what? There's a point there. That's a fair comment if that's what you want to say.
Perceptions have changed as well.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But I'm still happy. I mean, I'm not happy with the draw. Obviously, rather I would have much rather had the win, and I thought we could see that out. I mean, surely I don't care who's on the pitch. You get the 90th minute, we should be seeing that out. It's just one of those frustrating things. Ball falls right to the right guy in the right spot. But yeah, I'm not too frustrated. I was just really happy with the performance because I thought we played great, and I think if we keep playing that way, we're gonna beat a lot of teams. So
I
yeah,
mean, if anyone in the chat is angry about it, come into the
yeah,
thing.
absolutely, yeah. If you think we're totally full of it, hop in here and tell us. Come, give us your opinion. That's what the show's for. Everybody gets, everybody can have their say. Everybody can fan their own way, and it's okay. Let's see. The free kick. Okay, here's one. Antonio Watson. Uh, for me, the free kick that led to the goal was soft. Ref was letting Leicester get away with a lot, but it was even in some ways. 2 missed handball calls too. Yeah, there was a few. It was a few. I think it's yeah, it's it may have been soft. I don't know. It could have been soft, but yeah, I'll be honest. I think he gave us a couple that were probably a little soft too. So I didn't think the referee was particularly poor. Any more poor than
But they
some of
got
the
away
other
with
ones
a
we've
lot.
had.
They got away with a lot. They did.
Yeah, maybe they did. I wasn't. It didn't bother me. I guess to be fair, I was kind of in and out of watch. I didn't get to watch the entire match. I was listening. I listened to the entire match. I didn't get to watch it all. So maybe I missed some stuff too.
You
So
should have seen Jordan Ayew the entire match. He was an absolute
yeah,
dark arts merchant. The
yeah,
level of like he got yellow carded because of the amount of dark arts he
yeah,
was
yeah.
pulling
I
off.
saw when he got. Yeah, I saw the yellow card that he got. Um, but yeah, it was.
It was because of Ayew getting that set piece that got us that got them the goal as well. Are you still there?
Yeah,
Nope.
yeah, yeah. Go.
I
Sorry.
thought you froze somewhere. Yeah, it was because of Ayew playing dark arts that got them
Mhm.
that won them that set piece, which led them to the goal. If you if you could see that, he he could have. That was just dirty. That was. I just thought, why he didn't. That was on the refs for that part where he just played a dirty game, got away with it a lot, and it led to that mistake,
See,
which didn't need to happen. But
so let
yeah,
me pull this comment out. So Tom Evans, nothing to do with the table. Looking at both teams tonight, we should have gone for it in the end. Parkey didn't do that. We were one goal away from the playoffs. I
that's not true. We were going
I
for it the entire time.
exactly. I mean, I just gave you the stats. I mean, we had 11 shots to their 2 in the second half. I don't know how much more going for it you want. Like I think, you know what I mean. Like you're not gonna go more attacking if you're up a goal. I mean, just let's just be realistic about it. Any manager, if you're up a goal and there's 85 minutes left or 80 minutes, whatever, you're not gonna go. You know what? We need to go super attacking right now because all you're gonna do is leave yourself open at the back. And
Yeah,
we've
that's
seen
that's
that
the
this
only thing.
season. That's how we lost on the weekend. We left ourselves open at the back. We got too far forward and we got caught out, and they had a good counter and beat us. And that's exactly what would have happened if we'd have went for it. You know what I mean? In the way Tom you're saying there, I think that's maybe you're right. Maybe we'd have got the goal, but I mean, when you're already ahead, you're not chasing it. I just don't. I guess I just disagree. I have a different philosophy. I guess I think of it differently. I don't think
I
it's
mean,
necessarily
when you
situational.
end up with such a ridiculously high line, you like we did on
Hmm.
against Norwich, we were just so exposed
Yeah, yeah.
to them, and we didn't have that ridiculous high line. We had very good passing. We saw our passing game evolve again today. Did you see? I mean, the first and second half, we were passing everywhere,
Hmm.
and they struggled against that as well. Maybe also because we had both Sheaf and James this time, and James having that just knowing where to go with it. But again, we were very good with our passing. We were.
Hmm. Yeah.
They were struggling. They didn't know how to deal with the way we were playing.
Yeah, for sure. We were setting really nice trap, or pressing traps to the outside. Were really causing them trouble, and they were trying to play the ball back inside. And we turned the ball, or we were able to get control of the ball from them several times, cutting out passes, where we were forcing kind of errant passes in towards the middle, because we were pressing so well. I really was happy with the way we played. But yeah, like you said, I thought our passing was pretty good. It was yeah, it was like I said, it was a really good performance. It's just we didn't get the result we wanted in the end. So yeah. Really like how Kakache is starting to look out there. I've said this from he's really good. He's just got to stay healthy. That's our biggest thing with him right now. Just got to keep him healthy. When he plays, we do well. Um, but yeah, let's see. I see. I don't agree with that, Tom. We were still pressing at the end, man. Like I don't know. We still had three up top.
We still had three up top.
It
We
was
were
just a
pressing.
different. We just brought in Thomason for Rathbone. It was still the same three. I mean, other than Rathbone being out, those guys were still pressing. I mean, it was still, all the way to the end. We were pressing.
Yeah, we never
Yeah.
stopped. Even when they got that goal, we was even up until the point where they got that
Mhm.
foul, which led to the set piece goal. We were still pressing the entire time. We never stopped. We kept
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
We still kept going forward. I don't know where this idea. I understand if you're
Yeah.
frustrated, but one thing to say is just come in, just say what you want to say, man.
Yeah, I just disagree. I just don't. It wasn't for me. It was just a like for like change. I mean, we didn't change anything that we did because why would you? It was so good. It was working really well. I don't think there's any reason to change anything. And again, it's not like they beat us from open play. It wasn't open play that beat us. It was just a garbage goal. It was,
It
but
really was. It was like a second. It was a second ball in which they got lucky to
yeah,
be at. Now, could we have done better with that? Sure, we could always have done better, but they could have done better in terms of stopping the goal from Lewis O'Brien. They could have done better in terms of having the defense better, but we ultimately did better. We kept control, we kept going forward, and we kept pushing them. It was it was an absolute fluke of a goal. They got really lucky with that goal, and they were not happy the entire match. And you could tell they were frustrated. They kept fouling every single one of our players. They kept fouling Lewis O'Brien.
Yep.
They
Yeah,
literally
it
just
was.
shoved him so many times.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm like I said, I'm not upset. I'm not that upset with it. It's disappointing. It's definitely disappointing. I think that's fair. Like it's fair to say that you're disappointed. And I don't have any like I'm not gonna push back. I was disappointed. I was like, oh, as soon as I go win, it's like, God dang, come on, you know. But I just don't. I just can't agree with saying that we went defensive or we went, you know what I mean? Like, cause this was not the same kind of performance that there have been performances earlier in the season where we got a goal and then we did just absolutely sit on it the whole second half and just tried to not, play and just try to lock them, just try to shut them down defense. And I don't think that's what we did at all. Like up to even when they got their goal, we were still going after. We were still pressing them high. We were still giving them fits, and it was just a foul close enough that they could make it, create a set piece out of it. And it was just, yeah, like you said, it was just a scramble. It was just a mad scramble for the ball. Um, yeah, I'm not. I just, it's disappointing to continually drop points, and I think that's fair to say that. I just don't like this was not the same kind of drop. We didn't drop points today like we did 2 months ago. It was a completely different type of thing. You know what I mean? I just don't see this the same as some of those other performances where we just didn't. We had no offense at all because that's not what we did. We weren't. We did not. I mean, we created the whole second half. We were easily the better offensive team in the second half. Um, so I just look at it different, I guess. Let's see. Hab, you still there? Lost you.
No, I'm still here. I'm still here.
Okay, all right, well, sure. Okay. Like Chris here, he's saying it's not a fluke if it happens a lot. We lose in the final 15. This was you can't look at this and say that was the same as the Swansea game. How defensive we were in that game, where we created absolutely nothing in the second half of that game. Like it was a completely like this was not the same kind of performance at all. So I just I didn't think there were subs was I didn't see subs as necessary. And I already said it, we were it wasn't like guys were dragging ass. Like the guys were doing very well. Everybody was playing well. I thought so. You didn't need to make changes. I didn't think. But
Again, I mean, I think people are just frustrated that these points are
yeah,
just
I think
dropped.
everybody's
That's what,
exactly, and it's
uh,
fair to be frustrated. Like, yeah, it's frustrating.
it's just the frustration that people have lost the points, and they're going to come at Parky for this. But this wasn't on Parky. If this was on Parky, then the entire match that we played was also on Parky. We can't have just.
Right.
We can't have just. I mean, we did not stop attacking them. We did not stop attacking them. And if at any point you would think that we did stop attacking them, that's not true. We were attacking them from the start of the match to the last point of the match. We did not stop pressing them the entire time. And it was only because IU managed to get a nice little foul for himself, which he was constantly doing the entire match as well. And sure, you could say, well, they're going to do that. Well, we didn't. What else can we do? And about that, we were going through the entire match. We were going after them. We were pressing them hard. We were getting the turnovers. We were getting the second balls. We were pushing them in a way that they did not like. They were so uncomfortable the entire time, and they got very lucky for this. They got lucky to get that goal. And I get that, and I get it. If you don't think I'm not frustrated in any way, yes, I am. I'm disappointed as well. But to just get completely emotionally going on that emotional roller coaster, which every football fan gets that every time. You get that those ups and downs are just everywhere in football, and it's expected, and it happens all the time. But to just put this on Parky, this wasn't on Parky. Parky's tactics were perfectly fine. We were at them. We were going at them the entire time. They were the bad team. They could not do anything to us, and and you could see it the entire time in the match. They were doing anything they could to try and either delay, to slow down the match, to do what they can to try and find something they could. They didn't even celebrate the goal they got. They didn't even celebrate the goal, and you could tell because of just how terrible they were. But again, we dropped points on that, and I get that. There's not much else we could do.
Yeah. That's I mean, there's no reason to continually go down on that. It's I don't because I'm just
totally
not going to
agree with
agree. I can see some of the guys in the chat, and it's like it's just not like there was no like
Put the link into the chat and try and get someone in.
Let's in. Put it in again. Copy. Paste. All right, there we go. Back in.
Coming in. Tell us your version of it, because we could be completely wrong. We could be completely wrong, and what you would say would be perfectly correct. We disagree with certain things, but
Brian on this, like, Broadhead needed to get in to get those loose balls. I thought we won like most of them. I thought we were all over we were winning every second ball, man. I thought it was great. I thought it was really good. But I really did. It's frustrating. I understand being frustrated because it is a frustrating one to lose because we were so good. I just don't think it was. I don't think that's a game where you look at the management and think, "Oh, we mismanaged that game." I just don't believe that. Like, I think we were the better team the whole second half. The shots just didn't fall for it. They just didn't go in. That was our main problem. You know what I mean? We were what was 11 shots in the second half. I mean, I really don't know what else you guys wanted. It was really good. It was it was a good performance. So I'm not going to get down on it because like I said earlier, I think if we keep performing like that, we're absolutely going to beat a load of teams through this back half of the season. So
that's the thing. I mean, it's going to be the case where, I mean, where's QPR? They're kind of, I think they're above us. I think.
Mm-hmm.
So if we,
or they might be right behind us now. Let me check real quick. They're behind us now. We went ahead of them. So they're 12.
I mean, we're 9th right now, as far as I'm aware. So, and there's a few more games. I think Watford's playing tomorrow and such. I can't remember who's playing tomorrow. Let's see.
I think STōK play tomorrow. Let's see. Hold on. I can give you the let me go to the championship real quick. And I can give you the rundown for tomorrow. Fixtures tomorrow. So you got Southampton, Sheffield United, Watford, and Portsmouth, and STōK and Middlesbrough. So
it's everyone within that realm, basically. Well, from where we are. So it's not really going to be. I don't think that's going to affect our position. We're going to probably be ninth by the time those matches are over. Still, I think.
Mm-hmm. No,
We're
I think so. Let me look at the table. So yeah, Watford and Stoke are in front of us anyway, so that won't change anything. Yeah, I don't think we get. Yeah, I don't think anybody can catch us. Yeah, no. The only team that is behind. Yeah, the teams behind us are Southampton, Sheffield United, and they play tomorrow. So yeah, they play tomorrow.
yeah,
But
they're
far back, they're not
significantly
catching
behind
us.
us.
So yeah, we're going to be at ninth tomorrow, no matter what happens tomorrow.
And we go again on Saturday, so we've got a chance
Exactly.
to go on it. And again, we're only 2 points behind the what was it? Who's it? You might as well get the thing up on the screen.
I can. Yeah, I can. Give me just a second. Let me work on that. Go ahead and keep talking, and I'll.
Yeah, I mean, look, I get it, guys. You're frustrated as well. I know some of you are more frustrated than you think, and you think that we should really be going for it. And yeah, I get it. I'm not disagreeing with that, but we got to have some context and perspective and seeing how we played. We came and played to win, and we were fighting every little bit. And they got panicked. They all panicked. They did. Everyone on Leicester were not prepared for the way we were going to come at them, and you could see it. They were playing dirty the entire time. Dark arts were on absolute display. Everyone in Leicester's side were doing it. IU by far was the most dark arts. He should have gotten a red card, I think, personally, at some point, because he was just doing it excessively at a certain point. It was just excessive amounts of it.
Yeah. All right. Here is the table, at least the top part of it. So Coventry are on 58. They won today. Ipswich won today, I believe. They're on 50, 8 points behind. They move up into the top two. Middlesbrough on 49. They must have. Am I getting those wrong? Did they lose today? Thought how did Ipswich pass them?
I'm not sure.
Oh no, Middlesbrough didn't play. They play tomorrow. That's why. Middlesbrough didn't play. That's why. They play Stoke tomorrow. That's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's not really going to have much of an effect. I mean, I
Yeah, so that
suspect
doesn't change anything for us. Yeah.
my suspicion is that they're going to lose to. It is Middlesbrough might end up beating Stoke.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then again, Stoke could end up beating Middlesbrough, and that would end up still compacting the entire thing. Even if they did win, they would go ahead or Preston North End. I think Preston lost today as well.
Here, let me bring up the results, the fixtures from today. How about that? We can. That might be another way of doing it. Here we go. So Charlton lose to Derby County. Coventry beat Millwall 2-1. Ipswich beat Bristol 2-0. Oxford draw 0-0 with QPR. I guess 2 0-0s in a row for QPR, isn't it? Preston lose 3-0 to Hull. That's a big result for Hull. Wednesday lose 2-0 to Birmingham. Swansea 3-1 win over Blackburn. West Brom lose. Jesus Christ, 5-0 to Norwich. Wowzers.
That is
And
a
then
nasty amount.
wowzers. I had not seen that. How does that happen? That's interesting. Let's look at that game. What in the world happened? And it looks like it's just wowzers. It looks like they weren't bad according to the momentum graph. They had more of the ball. Had more total shots even. Holy cow. How does Norwich get 5 goals on 9 shots? That's incredible.
Just more accurate, I guess.
I guess. Good Lord. At least we didn't lose 5-0 to them once. Holy cow. Yeah.
But again, we even the Norwich match, we were the more dominant ones the entire match. They knew how to be disciplined. They got into discipline, and we played a very high line in that match as well. and they managed to just go on the break every time. So they were very counter-attacking when they went against us. We were the ones putting the pressure on them. We pinned them in the first half. We were going again in the second half, and we looked like we were just going to it. And then the incident happened in the crowd, and we just switched off. And we just couldn't get back into the match until later on. This one, we were just dominant the entire match, and I thought we were going to win. And I get it. Everyone is disappointed, frustrated, and I get that as well. You're not the only person who's feeling that. I felt it too. I was swearing at the screen as well, thinking, what are you doing? Why did you have to let that goal in? But then when you have to look back the entire match and you go through it, you think that was a fluke, absolute fluke. They really got away with it tonight. And you know what? I absolutely hate you, Jordan Ayew. And also, I hope you get deducted 12 points as well, and I hope you get relegated.
Yeah.
I hope you all get relegated because of that, because you people are dirty. You are. Every Leicester City is a dirty club for that. They are cheats. That's one thing I will say. They were playing dirty. They knew they were not good. They were trying to get every foul they could get because they couldn't get every second ball and they couldn't get any turnovers. They tried to play possession. They tried to play out the back, and we pressed them into oblivion. They could not deal with our press. So what did they do? They had to do every little dirty tactic they could to try and get the ball and try and slow down the game. They tried to slow down the game. They couldn't slow down the game. We kept pushing them in, and we kept the pace. We set the pace of the match the entire time. They tried to slow it down by making dead balls. That's the entire thing of their entire match. That was their entire tactic at that point. You could look at Marty Cifuentes as well. They were just screaming.
Yeah.
You even had IU trying to have a go at Parky.
I know, I saw that. Like, what the hell? That was when he got the yellow card, wasn't it? That was when he got the card.
Yeah, because he was acting like an absolute dive merchant.
Yeah. Oh shoot! All right. Anything else you want to look at on here, as far as the table or anything? Anything you want to look at?
Well, I mean, we're going to still be in ninth by tomorrow anyway.
Yeah.
Whatever results happen. I mean, who's playing tomorrow? So I know Watford's playing tomorrow. I guess we know Watford, STōK, Middlesbrough, and who else?
It was Sheffield United. They play Southampton, so
No one cares about those two.
yeah,
they can mind the gap and stay down where they are.
I like it. Yeah, disappointing. I guess Watford or STōK could go to 44 points. And jump into the playoffs and be 3 points clear of us.
Yeah, well, and here's the thing: we're still within the chance of getting into the playoffs. Like it's the. I mean, how many matches are left? 18, I think. 18 matches left.
Math, I think that's right. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of time from here till April, May.
Right.
We've got a lot of time still, and we could really do this. And here's the thing: we're going to get better. We can show we've gotten better. I said this to Josh, in one of the streams on here that we had. We should look at it in terms of like 3 blocks. We should look at as like every 3 blocks, every 3 months as a block. Every block should be 3 months to see how we play. And it's changed the way we've played the entire time.
Yeah.
If you've noticed as well. It's more so when you look at the beginning of it, we were very much okay. I mean, if you look at the Southampton match at the beginning of the season, and everyone was like, okay, we weren't sad about losing to them because it's like this is the first match we haven't been in the Championship for 40 plus years.
You're right.
It's the first time we do that. Yeah, sure. And they just been relegated from the Premier League. We weren't. This is all unknown territory for us. It's all unknown territory for us. We don't know what we're doing completely. We almost beat a team. And we took that as like, okay, we can actually compete. And it took us, and we did the kind of same thing with Leicester, where we was playing very defensive. We played a very long, low block. They got a goal. Luckily, it was Jordan James actually who scored that goal. and we brought on Broadhead. We got that open play goal. We did manage to. We went on the break and we got an open play goal. We did from that.
Yeah.
This is for those who don't remember what happened. So that was not a fluke goal that we got when we drew with them at that time. And then we just started improving over time. Then we got that commentary match, and we were like, this is what we were trying to aim for. But then slowly over time, we end up becoming more defensive and more defensive. And it's largely in part because the players we had either got injured or we just had to use a workaround. And the workaround we ended up having was James McLean. And you know what's funny? I was actually looking at some old James McLean videos, and I mean about when he was in his prime as well. Prime James McLean. He was so fast.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen?
I did that. I was looking. Somebody posted something online the other day, and I was watching some older clips of him. Yeah, he could go.
Like prime James McLean was unbelievably quick. The James McLean we got was not prime James McLean.
No.
We like, I get it, and this is why we said you're not the same player as you once were, and you could tell that was happening with it ended up in the culmination, the frustration and the culmination of just getting a bunch of draws, and we kind of basically just thought we're just trying to wait out for the January window to just do what we can. Then we got to Swansea, that screwed everything up, and we were like, all right, we have to do something about this. And then we changed. And now we're playing completely different. And this is the new way. We're actually playing better than we were playing against Coventry. We're even more aggressive now.
Yeah, I totally agree. That was a really good performance, but it was still different than what we're doing now. You know what I mean? We looked really good today.
You could think of that match as the proof of concept of what we're capable of, but not the final product.
Right.
And we basically got around that by using the workaround with Thomason, using him as the wing back against Sheffield United. And Sheffield United, they're a team you don't want to mess around with. They've got some very arrogant fans, but they do. But it's earned. They do have a right to it because they've been in the Premier League multiple times. They've been in top flight English football multiple times, and they are a tough team as well. They've got history behind them in a way that makes them to say, yeah, they're good. And they were starting to get better. We have to remember they were on a winning bounce. We went up. They rocked up to our place. They scored. They scored one goal. We scored one back. They scored another 2 goals. We scored one back in the first half, and then we just put them to the sword. And then we just started going this run for like 5 games. Then we lose to Norwich. And we were playing very aggressively against Norwich in the first half.
Yeah.
But we're here now. Context is everything in the way we play it in terms of championship. We had completely different expectations at the beginning of the championship.
Yeah.
Way different expectations. So many of us would just thought either 10th or 12th. Now our expectations have been raised once again. Some are thinking, oh, we can get second.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Here we go. Jay looks like he's coming in. Jay, you ready to come in? Give me a thumbs up. All right, let's bring him in.
Driving home from the
Jay. Hey, Jay, what's up, buddy? How we doing?
match. Good. Well, disappointed, frustrated. Driving home from the match.
Okay.
We dominated that game. We ran circles around them. Yes, when we did effectively get the better of them, they would resort to the dark arts of tripping up or falling down and feigning injuries. That was spoiling tactics from their point. But at the end of the day, I feel we dropped 2 points. And we played really well. Parky changed strategy, tactics throughout the game. We're playing one up top, one behind, three across, a midfield of 2 and 2, and 4 at the back. We're playing 5-3-2-2. We're playing 4-4-1-1, 4-4-2-2. He was changing it. The players themselves worked their butts off. Their interplay, their passing was quick, dynamic. They were taking out players, Leicester players, all the time. And, you know, it's a sucker punch at 30 seconds from normal time to concede the equaliser.
Yeah. Especially on such a scruffy goal.
You hear me?
You know, I mean, it was. Yep, we hear you. It being such a scruffy goal, I thought made it better. Oh, you got us muted, bud?
What was that?
Oh, can you hear us, Jay?
Jay, can you hear us?
You might have us muted. Here, I'll wait on Jay to come back in. I'll pull him out. We'll see if he comes back in. He may have just had us muted because we could hear him fine.
Yeah, we were fluid the entire match. We were fluid in terms of this. Now, I think we were. I mean, you could tell us we had a lot of positional play involved as well, where players and the interplay within our left and our right was really good. It just it was there. It was all just we all get it. We're all frustrated and we just dropped points, and we didn't think we needed to drop points from it. We didn't have to drop those points. We didn't.
Yeah.
But you can't expect us to drop points like that from a team like Leicester like that. I mean, it's what it is. I mean, if anyone else wants to come in to give an opinion for it, come in. Like, if you have a different perspective, do it. Give us the perspective.
Yeah, let me drop the link back in so you don't have to chase it.
Especially those who are more frustrated. Like, give your perspective.
Yeah, give us a different. Yeah, I mean, it's just because we disagree with you doesn't mean not to come in. Come in and have your say. Tell us why we're wrong. You know, tell us why you disagree with us. You know what I mean? Like what? Because it's yeah. I mean, everybody's gonna fan their own way. Everybody's gonna have their own thoughts. You know, people are gonna see things. You can watch the same thing and you can see things differently. You know what I mean? And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But ultimately, it does just feel like I think we're all just frustrated because you felt like as a game we should be winning. And then I think you look for, okay, well, who's to blame? And sometimes it's just not that anybody's really to blame. It just happened. You know what I mean? I think it can be that nobody's really to blame, and it's just stuff doesn't work out the way you want it to sometimes. But let's see. Still don't have Jay back, so hopefully he can get. I don't know if maybe he was losing service or something and couldn't hear us, but hopefully he can get back in. But yeah, guys, things in here. Come in, have your say. We won't eat you, I promise. Although I am hungry, I could eat right now.
But yeah, I mean, it's just annoying. It is. Yeah. It's just annoying having to drop those points, and we didn't need to drop those points.
Yeah,
it's like we could have been sixth. We're always at that point. We're like, we can get there. We know we can get there.
I know.
And it's just always something they're just like, that didn't need to happen. Like, why did that have to happen?
All right. There's Jay in the chat. Thanks, Jay. Thanks for trying to come on, buddy. Yeah, hop in next time, man. Saturday, should have Paddy back for WREXtra time. So come in, have your say, let us know what you think. Thanks for trying, Jay. So we're here. Yeah, I guess I could share his comments so everybody can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, he couldn't make it. He's dropping his signal. So because he's on his way home from the match. So and it's nice to get people like Jay that were there, get their, because they're going to see it differently too. Because I'm watching it I was watching it on my phone today. So it's not like I've got a big giant screen or And let's be honest, even on TV, it looks different because you don't see what everybody's doing all at once. You know what I mean?
Of course,
But
yeah, you got a bigger perspective on it as
yeah,
well. So,
exactly. You
yeah,
got a much
so-
different perspective.
But I mean, I was watching it on my laptop and I could see what was happening. I was like, I mean, well, this is what I could see from this. I just think it was a match that we were dominating the entire time, and they just got a fluke goal, and we were doing everything we can to do that, and we were just close. It was just so annoying. That just didn't need to happen. That didn't need to happen, but it just felt like it was just something like we could have won that match.
Yeah.
We could have won that match.
Tom, he's not going to call in because he's going to come on his show later and tell me he's going to rip me to pieces. Don't worry, he's going to let me have it in his show later. I promise. I promise you he will. Oh shoot!
But
It's
I
all
mean,
good. We get
yeah,
guys. It's okay to have different. I don't know. I didn't see anything that was anybody being too over the top in the chat, but as long as we can disagree and not be personal, it doesn't have to be personal, guys. So let's, in the chat, I don't think anything got over the top there, but just we're all friends here. It's all still, it's all good. We're still rooting for the same team. So, but yeah, it's. I mean, when you lose a game like that, you're gonna be frustrated, and and everybody's gonna have a different take and a different way of looking at things. So
I think it's a culmination of effects. Like there were so many moments where we should have won and we dropped points, and we should have won those matches. There are moments where I think throughout the season, we should have won certain matches. We should have.
Yeah, for sure.
We should have beaten certain teams. We should have put certain teams to the sword early this season.
Yeah, I agree. And see, that was the thing. Like tonight, what was different about tonight was it wasn't that we weren't trying to put them to the sword. It was just we got 11 shots. 11 shots in the second half to their 2. I mean, we absolutely were going for it. We were trying to put that away. We're trying to put them away. It just didn't. It just didn't work out. And I think. So I understand how you'd be frustrated, especially to be fair, we did have a Windass on the bench. We did have a Broadhead on the bench, and we didn't bring those guys in. And so I think you can make a fair argument that, okay, well, maybe we would have scored had we had those players in. And that could be right. You could be right. But I don't think the team wasn't playing so poorly. You know what I mean? It wasn't like we weren't getting chances, and it wasn't like we weren't playing well. So it just as easily you could have brought those guys in, and it could have disrupted what we were doing, and we may have started playing worse. We don't know that. You're never going to know until you do it. And it's like I said, like I understand like why people are upset, like from some of the games earlier in the season, because there were really bad games where we were dreadful, and we would get a goal early and then just shut up shop and not offer anything at all. And I think having having the performance we had today and comparing it to those, I just don't think it's the same thing. I don't think it's fair to compare those, because it was just, to me, it was a completely different type of performance. And the fact that we end up drawing that game on a just a sloppy, nasty goal, it was really disappointing. So
I mean, context is massively key in regards to this. I mean, this sounds like we're all just having massive cope at this point. We are. It sounds like we're having cope. We are saying like, well, could be worse. And it's like we're trying to be fair on this as well. But I don't think this is on Parky whatsoever. I just don't think this is on Parky. This was just a moment where you can have these things happen to you. I mean, Man City just lost to Bodo Glimt.
Did they really? No way. That's Bodo
Glimt. 3-1.
Oh. Yeah.
Haaland was playing as well. Haaland was playing.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome. I love that.
So, I mean, a team like that, I mean, Tottenham beat Bodo Glimt. Remember in the Europa League last year? to get. I think it was either in the semi-finals or the quarterfinals to get to that point.
Right.
Tottenham had to face Bodo Glimt, and Tottenham were playing were absolute turds the entire last season. They were absolute turds. They somehow managed to beat them, but Man City didn't beat Bodo Glimt. In our situation, we drew, but we deserved to win. Well, no, you don't really deserve anything, but we should have won, but we didn't, and we just got unlucky.
Yeah,
that happens. To get and to put this on, I mean, you could blame the players, but is it really the players' fault? And you could blame Parky, but Parky was being fluid with the way he was with his tactics. Everyone knew what they were doing. We were going everywhere. We were everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
We were trying to put Leicester to the sword the entire time, and Leicester were frustrated. They tried to do everything they can to slow the game down. Even when their possession was up, they didn't really know what to do. They kept passing back to their goalkeeper and back to each other to try and figure out something. And whenever they tried to go long ball, we were always at the end of it.
Yeah.
And we just took control and we had our passing game.
Yeah. All right. Brian's come in. All right, so Brian's gonna come in here and he's gonna rip me to shreds. Come on, Brian.
Hey guys,
Let's hear your perspective.
I don't want to rip anybody to shreds. I just want to ask you both a question.
Okay.
Tell us why we're wrong.
And your answer cannot be Parky. It'd be very cynical.
Right.
I know you both have football managers that you admire. Maybe you follow the teams in other leagues. Maybe they're just somebody from afar that you've noticed does a good job, right?
Yep.
Ask yourself if those guys, well, probably younger, maybe much highly more regarded than Parky, were in a situation and they had 3 subs left. And they're in this situation, same weather, and the same talent on the bench. Do you think these managers you admire would make the same decision?
That's hard to say.
And feel free to go through one by one, because I know Aaron's got like 5 guys from different leagues he's ready to talk about.
I don't know. That's really tough. That's a really tough one, because I think in the exact same situation, honestly, that's the thing. I wasn't that bothered by what he did. So I have a hard time seeing other managers who would. That's a tough question. I mean, it's a fair question, because there may have been managers who would have done it differently.
Even if you thought the run of play was going our way, did you, independently of that, think Kiefer seemed gassed by about the 80th minute?
I didn't think so.
See, I didn't think he did either, and I was
it's a little bit hard with him, because there's balls he doesn't run out in like the 10th minute.
Right. Yeah.
So the fact that he's not running out balls doesn't necessarily prove anything. But to me, he looked very tired.
With Kiefer, I'll tell you this. I did have a thought at about 75 minutes. I thought, I wonder if he'll take Kiefer off just because he's been out so long. Maybe not necessarily that Kiefer looked like he needed sub, but I just thought there's a chance he makes a sub just because of the fact that Kiefer's not played in a few weeks. So I thought there was a chance, but it wasn't that I was looking at Kiefer and thinking, oh, we need to make a change there. You know what I mean? It wasn't that. I'm still trying to go back to your original question. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough for me, because I'll be honest, like a lot of I don't know. I don't know.
And I'm not one to say that you should be using all 5 subs on a regular basis. But to me, I'm very nervous with Sheaf and James both playing 90. Obviously, James has been off for a bit, but this is 2 games in 4 for Sheaf, double 90s. And when a lot of our success was because of the pressure that we were putting on. And I know Dabo is not an analog for Sheaf or James, but he can he can fill a role, a kind of holding mid role. And if he's going to help you with the pressure and to, keeping possession and getting the balls, unless he's got a knock or something, I have a really hard time keeping Sheaf and James, 2 mid-30s guys, out there and not bringing Dabo in. And then with Kiefer, Parkey had options even. With Kiefer, you could replace him with Broadhead or Smith, both two guys with young legs that would once again continue to put that pressure on them, because our best defense against Equalizer would have been a second goal. I'm not even just saying he called off the Dogs. I'm just saying, if you're tired, you could just only be so successful.
I think we were trying. And this is obviously I can't read his mind, but I think we were doing a little more long ball in that second half because the wind, and so I think probably thought Kiefer's the guy you want out there if you're doing that, because he's going to hold up better than his hold up plays better than anybody we got. So I understand what you're saying though. Fresh legs to help with the press, and I get that, and I totally understand that. But I didn't think Kiefer looked bad later in the game. I never thought Kiefer looked dead. Like, I didn't think that. And
I didn't think that either. I mean, he was playing perfectly.
I didn't think he looked horrible. I think the main benefit of a Kiefer when you're holding on is you want him heading balls out of the box. But when it came to that ultimate play, he really wasn't even involved. And I'm not saying that was because of fatigue, but I'm just saying keeping him out there defensively the way I used to like to see Ollie Palmer out there defensively at the end, it didn't serve us any good. I'm not saying that in and of itself was bad for Parkey, but he was in a habit of bringing Smith in at the end for most of the season. I'm not sure why that would all of a sudden change.
Yeah. It may have just been because what you just said. Actually, that actually makes a lot of sense. Maybe you just thought, you know what, leave him out there because we can head balls out of the box. You know what I mean? If we need to, if we get into that type of situation.
I would have, and if he said that in a post-game conference, I'd have accepted that. But then I would have liked to have seen Dabo get in there.
Yeah, and that's a fair shout, and I don't disagree with that. Yeah, that's a fair shout for sure.
I would say bring Dobson on as well. So that would bring fresh legs, very strong defensively as well. And if we were lucky, we could have gotten a nice long pass out of it as well. But I mean, everyone was playing. Everyone was playing to the point of where they were just going at it. Everyone was at it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough
we're talking
one.
about very small margins, right? It's just like the Southampton game when I was screaming for Dabo to get out, because it's small margins, and we're talking about really just like 1 or 2 clearances being the difference between two points or 3 points in Southampton and 2 points tonight. So, but you got to ask yourself at the end. We talk about the players leaving it on the field. Has the manager left it on the field? Has he done everything he could do? And I just think tonight the answer is no.
See, and here's where I'll go the other way with it, because I think we would have all been upset. So let's say at 70 minutes, he brings on Broadhead and Windass. That would have been after the goal, so we're up 1-0. He brings on Windass and Broadhead, and we just start playing gung ho, getting after it, trying to get that second goal, and then we end up losing that match. I think we'd have been upset, you know what I mean? And been like, well, what? You know what I'm saying?
That would have seemed like reckless. And I wasn't asking for reckless. That's what, and Windass, I think we all think is maybe on the edge of injury or injured. So I definitely wouldn't have brought him on.
Yeah.
But the question is, like, we were matching their speed pretty much the whole game. But the question is, were we running on fumes? Because they had a lot of speed on the field. They had a lot of speed on the field. There's no question about that. And even Kakache is one of our fastest players, and he was even having problems with their speed. So as far as bringing Broadhead on, it's just a question of maybe trying to match their speed. But yeah, you're right. Broadhead and Windass, that would have been reckless.
Sorry, I was going to say they were struggling to deal with Rathbone and O'Brien the entire time. The amount of the level of energetic play that they were displaying, they
That's
couldn't
just
do it.
intensity. Yes. It was just their heart and intensity. Absolutely.
They couldn't match it, and they were constantly on the second balls. They were getting turnovers, and that helped out our defensive midfielders with Sheik and James, and it just made it easy for us with our passing game.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'll tell you what, Chief, he's an enigma to me because I thought he didn't play very well against Norwich, and then this quick turnaround for him to then do another 90. So yeah, I don't know what was going on with him.
You know what's funny
Norwich.
about that against Norwich? I agree with you. I didn't think he played that well either. But then going through the stats, he actually his stats held up really well. I think he just turned the ball. There was just a couple errant passes and so it's like when you see he's turning the ball over 2 or 3 times, and it's like, oh, it's frustrating. But then when you look at it, it's like it was the only 2 or 3 bad passes he made the whole match. So it just meant a lot more. You know what I mean? It made you feel like he was having a bad game, and maybe it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was interesting because I felt the same way. I totally agreed with you. I thought he was struggling.
Yeah, for all I know, Kiefer Moore was like a 7.8 in the playoff final before his bad pass. But nobody remembers anything but that, right?
Exactly. That's all they remember. That's all you remember for sure. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, momentum is big in this league. Look at Norwich; they've got all the momentum. We're in trouble right now. We better win this game against QPR.
Yeah.
Because momentum is important, and I also don't want us to get too high because we beat Wednesday. That's expected. That's that shot of pure sugar that every team in the league gets.
Yeah.
And we got to be worrying about Millwall. So we need to get back to winning ways. I mean, things were looking good when we were up 1-0. Now it's worrisome.
Yeah.
It's just a frustration. I think it's a culmination of things, really. So, I mean, there were certain aspects of this season where we should have won. We should have played that defensively. We could have gone for the next second goal or third goal. We not putting teams to the sword. We know we have the quality to do that, but I think we were just holding out for certain points, like the transfer windows, and having to rely on James McLean.
Well, I hope Williamson and Parkey are very mercenary in finishing out this window because we have a good team, but if we can bring in better players, that's the difference between putting a team away.
Yeah.
Getting that second or third goal and what has happened to us, all season. Josh said we've given up 20 points from winning winning position. So yeah, I hope they really go mercenary and bring in a top flight striker because Kiefer had a good game. I think he influenced the goal. I think he was active around the box, but somebody better than him probably scores couple of those chances. So let's do it. It's not about sentimentality.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, I know somebody posted in the chat earlier. There's rumors going around. We may have one in tomorrow, so we'll see what we get. Who knows? You know how rumors go. It probably won't have anything, but might get a player in tomorrow.
Might be that wing back from Sweden.
Could be. That one's kind of gone quiet. I was looking the other day too to see if I could find any reports from Sweden or anything, some updates from anything, any interest in him. And I couldn't find anything. So nothing's being reported on him right now. So I don't know what's going on there. Even the other teams that were interested, there's nothing. So
the only rumor that seems to be holding track is the midfielder from France. Kalidou Sidibe.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to look him up. Okay.
Yeah, that's the big kid, right? That's the real big kid.
He's the midfielder who's 6'7". He plays for, I think, Guyane.
Yeah.
He plays for Lyon.
No.
I couldn't understand what you said.
He's the midfielder that plays for, I think, Guyam. I can't remember they're in League Deux. He's 6'7", big midfielder. He's very interesting. He is for some highlights I've seen.
I mean, unless he's taking that league by storm, I would be hoping we'd be aiming a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Because our league is regarded higher than that one. So, if they want to grab somebody for the future, that's great. But I'm thinking about who's gonna have an effect in playoff matches.
I'm trying to see if I can find him. I thought I had him pulled up here. I was gonna give us a little detail on him. I can't find him. Oh well. Anyway. Yeah. So, to me, okay. So why I got you guys on here? Let's turn this a little bit. Let's talk about something different. On the transfer stuff. We'll start with you, Habs. What position do you think is the most important that we upgrade this window? Habs?
It's going to be hard for me to say, but it would still be wing back, for either wing back or the defensive midfield.
Okay, so that's interesting. What do you think, Brian?
I'm pretty torn. I obviously feel a lot better about wingback now that we have the top two, Kakache and Kabore back, and then we have Thomason and then Longman as backups. If we get another one, that's just gravy. I would love to be able to go into a match just feeling confident that we know we have, competent wingbacks and we're not having to use, either the Barney or Macca.
Yeah.
But as far as turning the tide in these games, I think, a midfielder or a striker is what we want, and top flight. It would be funny after tonight to go to who does James belong to? Reams, is that who owns him?
Yeah, I think so.
Jordan Jones. It's Ren.
Yeah, Ren.
Yeah, I was go back to Reams and say, all right, we'll buy him now, and then we take him away from Leicester.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I wonder. I think it was somebody said they may not have a recall option on him, so he may not be able to. We may have to wait till the end of the season anyway. Because I think he's got I think they did have like a $5 million buy clause on the end of that loan as well. So it was like a loan to buy. Like if they didn't have to buy him, but if they wanted to buy him, they could for like $5 million, which to me seems like a absolute steal.
That seems very low.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, we should have obviously won tonight. I'm more and more perplexed as to why he made that decision, because Leicester's clearly going nowhere this season, and we may still end up in the playoffs, and would have had an even better chance if he'd come with us. So, it's strange. Maybe he thought maybe they told him that they were going to avoid a point deduction or something. I don't know what.
Yeah,
I think he would have started Kabore if Man City didn't give him those instructions. If that was the case, that Man City said to him, "You can wait for 30 minutes," I think he would absolutely. If he didn't give him that instruction, if that's the case, I think he would have started Kabore immediately, and then bring Longman on later. I think that would have.
Yeah, I don't think that hurt us a lot tonight. I'm not sure if the first half could have gone much better than it did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's every opportunity to recruit a good striker, because these last two results notwithstanding, we have to look like a good opportunity for somebody who's trying to prove themselves. As far as a lot of eyeballs on you and the chance to be in the playoffs. I don't know why you wouldn't want to go to Wrexham at this point, unless you're in one of the top 5 leagues in the world.
Yeah. was trying to remember who it was. We were linked with one today. I saw. Trying to remember who it was. And it was a kind of a winger type, attacking mid type player. Trying to remember who it was. It was kind of, we were kind of linked, like it wasn't like a direct link to us. It was, they were talking. I think they'd said somebody else had were leading the race for a player, and we were also interested. I think is how that was worded. So it's kind of, so it might have been one of those where I thought, maybe they were just throwing our name in there just to get the clout. But
What league was that?
it was in. I think he's at. Is he at Burnley? I think he played for Burnley last season. I can't remember where he's at. Somebody in the chat will know. It came across today. Let me see if I can find it in Discord, maybe. Trying to remember who it was. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it's Birmingham's going to end up with Sarmiento. Yeah. Let's see. Here's the link.
Again, it just could be agents.
Yeah. So it's Alex
Nonsense.
Crook reported this today. It was Birmingham seemed to be leading the race to sign Brighton winger Jeremy Sarmiento. Also interest from Wrexham and Borough. So it's like, he's saying Birmingham's probably going to get him, but then also they just kind of linked us also. So but it's a name I hadn't heard yet. I hadn't heard us linked to him yet. So it was a new one.
So it sounds like he plays some attacking then.
Yeah, he's a winger. He's a winger, but he's a, same as you would
Like a
say
Broadhead.
Broadhead's a winger. Broadhead's a winger. Yeah, exactly. So it'd be that position. It'd be that type of position.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're looking for that versus an upgrade on James and Sheaf.
See,
And
I'm not.
Not
See,
that I think James and Sheaf are our weak point on the team, but if you had somebody even better than them, it might take us to a whole new level.
See, to me, I don't mind it because I think, as well as they did today, to be fair, I don't look at Lewis O'Brien as an attacking player, really. You know what I mean? He's great pressing. He's really good, but he's not like, I mean, how many shots did he miss this year? And I'm so glad he's got the one today. But I think if you had a player that is more effective in front of goal playing in that position, and then can also press and can also do all that work off the ball work, I think would be great. And so I think that's what you're looking for. So instead of going to O'Brien, you can go to Sarmiento or whatever, or somebody like that, a player like that. I think that makes a lot of sense to me. So I don't mind us going for that.
See, I'd like to see O'Brien drop back to take either James or Sheaf's spot, keep one of them on the bench in reserve, and then bring in that new player like you're talking about to play with, Rathbone or Broadhead, depending on who you want to rotate in. That makes us seem incredibly dangerous. And then if we also brought in a new striker on top of that, then yeah. So I mean, if that's the direction they're looking, then I hope that sounds good.
Yeah, I've seen us linked. I've heard of us, at least the rumors going around, and we've been linked with several of those attacking mid type players. So seems like we're looking. So Sarmiento was one. Obviously, there was the rumors going around about Gustavo Hammer from Sheffield United. I heard Anis Mehmeti at Bristol City, but she scored like, I don't know what, 9 or 10 goals this season. Got like 14 goal contributions. So a handful
their form has fallen off though, Bristol.
Yeah, right. And here's the thing: he's only got 6 months left on his contract, and so they're looking to move him. If they can't get him to sign a new contract, I think they're gonna sell him this window. I saw Ipswich were linked with him yesterday, I think. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there.
Yeah,
that would be one.
They may be deciding that playoffs is not for them this season.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing, though. Go ahead. What was that, Hab? Sorry.
I mean, playoffs is not for them, but it's pretty much every season for Bristol.
Well, yeah, they made it last year, and then they were kind of embarrassed.
Yeah, it was bad.
I don't think they've ever been promoted to First Division ever, and they're just perpetually stuck. So,
Shoot. But yeah, I could see us going for an attacking mid. I agree with you guys though. I think wingback is probably the most important position.
Even with Thomason emerging, you still think that?
Yeah, I think so. I think because we've seen with the injuries we've had. As much as I love Kakache and I think he's great, and I want him to start every game from now to the end of the season, I'm worried that he's not going to make it. You know what I mean? He's not going to be able to. And then I also think to be honest, as good as Thomason has played, I think he's not a natural wing back. And I think getting somebody that is a natural wing back would be a better option.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. He's just better than Barney and Maka.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely he is. I totally agree with that. And as good, and here's the other thing too, as well as oh shoot, who's the other one on the right hand side? Not Kabore, but not Kabore, but start Longman. Sorry, Longman. As good as he's played this season, I still think we can upgrade him. You know what I mean? I think there's a reason that he got sold out of the championship down to League One.
But
you know what I mean?
Correct me if I'm wrong. He's our only wingback that can play both sides.
Yes. And so to me, I think if you bring in a wingback, and to me, it really doesn't matter which side. I think if you bring in a wingback and you kind of and Longman becomes your fifth choice, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that makes us much better. And so you don't have to rely, in that situation, you don't have to rely on Barney. And obviously Mac is gone, so we're gonna have to worry about him.
If we bring in another wingback, Barney is off the squad. He'll be loaned to League One.
Totally agree.
And the thing is as well with Longman, he's not a natural wingback either. He's never played fullback, and he's not wingback either. He's a winger.
Mm-hmm.
Do either of you ever recall Parkey having Longman switch sides in the middle of the match?
Yes.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if he had or not.
Yeah, he's done it. He's brought in. He did it a few times this season when we were hurting, he'd take Maka off and he'd start Longman on the right and start Maka, pull Maka off, move Longman over, and then bring Barney in.
Because I always wince when Longman starts, because then I'm like, then we don't have the flexibility with the substitute, depending on if there's an injury or something.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is Longman tends to wear himself out, so he's tired in the last 20.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would definitely be good insurance and peace of mind to have this new winger come in.
Yeah.
It's just not going to be as high level impact as the attacking mid or the forward will be.
Yeah.
Because I doubt we're going to bring in a winger who's better than Kakache or Kabore. You never know, though.
You never know. And the other thing with Kabore is we don't have him on a permanent yet, so we don't know. Like, we don't have him tied down past this season. So do you bring one in with the thoughts of, okay, well, going forward, we're going to need one anyway? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And kind of get ahead of the summer. Because it'll be tough to bring in two. If for some reason we can't tie him down next summer, then you got to try to bring in two. You know what I mean? And I think that's tough.
I mean, Man City could do us wrong. They could bring him back just to try to sell him to somebody else or to make us pay extra.
Yeah.
But if we have this great relationship with them,
right,
over multiple loans, why would they do that to us? Because we know they don't want him permanently.
Right. Yeah, he's going.
No, he's on the list of players that are going to be sold off from Man City. So, boy, they just don't know what to do with him.
Is that the official retained list, or that's like just the rumored list?
Rumors.
I think it's the rumored list, but it's just they don't need wingbacks because they don't play wingbacks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See, Josh, fucking Josh. Maybe that's why we take Hocus Pocus this week. That poor guy. I hope we sign him now just so Josh can be yelling, danger, danger, Hocus Pocus, running down the way.
I don't know if you watched his highlight reel.
Yeah.
He reminds me a little bit of Rathbone. Like he really likes to throw himself into the tackles and stuff.
Yeah.
He needs to get stronger, but I like that willingness for the contact.
Well, the nice thing about him too is he's still under 20, or he counts as an under 21. So he won't count. He doesn't have to be registered in the squad the rest of this season. He will be next season, but this season he doesn't. So that frees us up to either bring in another or keep one of the guys that we've got around already.
I agree with your logic there, but Parkey doesn't play enough players for that to even matter. I mean, look at Ashfield. Ashfield is our free hit, who he refuses to play.
I see. I disagree. I think he's played the squad really well this season.
I'm just saying he doesn't play the end, right? Like we've been able to, like Cody might as well have, had a season-ending injury. Like we haven't even had to touch that spot, and we don't touch Ashfield, and look at our other striker, who's going away.
Yeah,
we haven't had to touch that spot either. So I'm just not that. I mean, I think it's all good and well if somebody's under 21, but I just think the way Parkey uses the squad, it doesn't really make that big of a difference. I mean, I'll be so happy to see Ashfield finally be able to go play football somewhere. I think he's kind of misused him last season and this season.
Yeah, I my only thing with him is I understand why people want to see him play. I'm not so high on him. I'm not as high on him as others are.
Well, I don't know. I mean, he could have had a lot of playing time so far between last season and this season in League One, and if he was a real standout in League One, we could be talking about, hey, when do we bring him back to give him a chance in our senior squad? But we just don't know. He's basically lost 2 full seasons of play.
Yeah, I wonder if we just progress too far for him now, where being in the championship, it might be a step too far for Ash. But I don't know. What do you think on that one, Habs?
Speaking of progressing too far, I've been meaning to ask, and you guys are pretty knowledgeable about whether Max could ever, because people are starting to say Max is too slow, if he could ever move to the middle, maybe so that because he might have Premier League speed in the middle of a back three versus on the outside. But what do you guys think?
I think he could. I don't see why he couldn't.
Yeah, he could. But he offers a completely different style of play. That's why it's on the right, as opposed to being in the centre, because he joins in with the attack.
Yeah. Of course, their center man scored on us tonight.
Yep. Garbage. Yeah.
It was a garbage goal. It was a garbage goal that was just from a garbage player who got a garbage foul to get a garbage set piece.
Yeah, I want to watch that build up a little bit closer. And it's like, why weren't we possessing the ball more in the middle third there to prevent that? I mean, and how many games have we lost or been equalized on these set pieces late in the game?
I don't think we've had that many. I mean,
it's a good question. I'd have to think about it. I don't know.
I mean, the one I think before that was really the Southampton one, as far as I can go back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe you're right.
Yeah. I don't know. I have to think about that. I have to look that up. That's a good question, Brian. It's a good question.
Yeah, it's more so just late goals maybe than the set pieces, but
Yeah, right. Yeah. But yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'm disappointed. Disappointed with today, but not disappointed in the performance though. Here we go. Here's Josh. Josh said something positive. We gotta. Let me pull this up and say something positive. We gotta. Here we go. He says, "I want to say how great we played today, and so proud of that. But equally as pissed we dropped points." And I agree with that. I'm pissed we dropped points too.
I agree too. We don't disagree with that. We're disappointed with that kind of situation, but we are where we are. We should have won the match, but should have, would have, could have. Doesn't mean that we get the results we want, but it does mean that we can go ahead, and when we get to the QPR match, we could redo some damage to QPR, and we have a chance to really doing that as well.
yeah, these next two matches are a real test for Parker. He's got time before Millwall to get his squad where he wants it, to get Kabore reintegrated into the squad, and really have everything exactly how he wants it for that huge Millwall tie. And he either does it or he doesn't. We'll see. That's going to be a big test, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, because if we win the next three, we're in an excellent position for playoffs.
But also, you have to remember, he rotated the squad as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't play the same squad on Saturday against Norwich, and we played a completely different squad today against Leicester. So we may end up seeing another rotated squad for Saturday against QPR.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder about that because we had 6 changes I think today, which is a lot of changes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll see Dobson and Broadhead. He'll probably Windass too. Yeah. I hope he doesn't use Windass against Wednesday because he just looks like he's kind of starting to break down.
Yeah.
And when he's right, he's really effective. So I hope we can continue to keep resting him. But yeah. There's no excuse not to take care of business with QPR. Like they're capable of playing well, but they're not a really very strong team, and they're not on a run the way Norwich is either. So there'll be no excuses. I mean, Loftus Road is a great park, but it's not an overwhelming place. It's not Portsmouth or Millwall or something like that. There'll be no excuses.
Oh, okay. All right, guys. I think we've covered it pretty well. Is there anything else you guys want to touch on before we get out of here, or are you guys good?
Yeah, I'm less irritated than I was at the whistle.
Time heals everything. I still fully expect Josh to come on later and have a go at me, though. He's definitely going to do that for sure.
I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been worse. We could have gotten completely stonked by Leicester, but we didn't. If anything, we were doing the stonking, and it didn't. It just happened to be we got into a situation where they got lucky, and I don't like that. I don't like it where you get those freak goals, those garbage goals like that, where they can get away with it. But it happens, and I don't want it to happen. And I agree. We should have put teams to the sword like that. We should have put Leicester to the sword, but it's not like we weren't trying to do it.
Yeah, exactly. At least we were giving it a go today. You know what I mean? It wasn't that we were not trying. So that was a much better performance, much better than it was, like the Swansea game or some of those games like that where we just offered absolutely nothing. So today was good. As far as that goes.
I mean, you think about it, when we went up against Leicester the first time, we weren't really trying to do much. We were just trying to go on the counter attack and just try and find an opportunity. Yeah. Completely different now. we try to go against them and try and put them to the sword, and they just did not like the way we played.
Yeah.
And they played more or less kind of the same when we played them the first time. If you think about it, they kind of played exactly the same they were when we faced them the first time when we went to Leicester's area. When we went to King Power Stadium, they played the same game. And we played low block. We tried to go on the counter. We tried to just find a way to win. We won it in open play somehow with Broadhead. Cheered Parky on about that. Call it Parky's Red and White Army and everything else. They come to our ends. Well, what do? We try to actually go at them, and they got spooked. And then they had to do try to use every little dirty tactic they had to do. They used every dark arts tactic they had to try and win, or to try and get something out of the match. They got lucky. Now, does it feel like a loss? It does. It always feels like a loss.
Yeah.
But we got a point, and we're going to still be 9th come Saturday.
Yep.
So we've got perspective. We still got time. We still got many matches left to play. We still got a cup match to play as well. We got to play Ipswich twice.
Yep.
So that's something we got to do as well. Got to beat them twice as well to try and progress onwards into the cup and into that. And I don't really care about Leicester trying to get second. I just want to get a point from them. We played defensive again. We did the same thing with Ipswich when we went against Leicester at their ends. Now they've got to come to ours twice.
Yeah.
So we've got to put them out of their misery. Make them feel like we got to make them feel like, yeah, you may be at the top, but don't worry, we will show up. We will come to you. Well, you'll come to us. You're in our territory now, and we're going to fight you. We're going to make it hard for you as much as possible. And we know you're good, but when you're that good, we step up. We always step up. You're Premier League quality, you are as well. You're getting back to that level of quality, and we can do that kind of damage to you. And if you're on the cusp of being Premier League quality or being Premier League quality, we will step up and we will do the damage we need to do.
Yep.
And we will get the win, and we'll do it.
Yep.
And I think a lot of teams are scared of us now.
Could be.
I think they are. I think a lot of teams are actually quite afraid of playing us because I was listening to a podcast with it's one of them. It's the usual there's a Coventry fan, there's the Sheffield United fan, and there's Middlesbrough fan ones and Birmingham fan, and one of them in the bottom right. He was saying it's the who's going to be like top 6. And he said, what he mentioned, I think you might have seen it as well. He said, it's Wrexham because we're an enigma, we are. And a lot of teams are afraid of us. Let's just remember that. We are now the scary team.
Yeah.
We're a team that you don't want to mess with. And from hell and high water, when we come at you, we will come at you, and you will struggle. We will make the game painful for you. We'll make you second guess what you're doing. We are that scary team, and you don't know what we're going to do. And we can end up just start going on a run that they're all terrified. They don't want to lose points to us. And coming to the race course, a lot of them are quite scared.
Yep. Totally agree. All right, man. I think that'll do us for today. Thanks everybody in the chat for coming in. Thanks Brian for coming in, and Jay came in or tried for a little bit anyway. He lost the signal, but thanks everybody that came in. Thanks Habs. Appreciate you. Yep. Appreciate you coming in, buddy. And on that bombshell, we will see you all soon. Josh should have a show up here pretty quick, and he'll take the piss out of me, I'm sure. So,
I'm sure he will. He'll probably do the same to me as well.
Yeah. He'll have a go at us. That's all. It's all good. It's all
a jest.
Yes, exactly. All right, guys. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for watching. And on that bombshell, we'll see you guys all soon.
See you in a bit, guys.